good, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I am Nadeska here with Akademiks and Wayno, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is the very last episode of Everyday Struggle. The last time I'm going to be introducing you guys, the last time we're going to be on set together.
Don't make me cry. Don't do it.
It's been such a beautiful ride, though.
Nah, it has been, but it's also a thing of routine, but also, you know, I've just enjoyed the whole ride from the ups and downs and, you know, meet new people. I'm one of those people, I get attached. So, I'm attached to it.
Ak loves us. He loves us. That's what he wants to say. Now, we love you too, Ak. Wayno, you're my brother. Yo, we've been through so much together. And getting up and doing this show, getting up at 5 in the morning when it's cold and dark and coming here and doing this, like to the whole team behind the scenes, everyone's put in so much work. It's really crazy that this is the finale.
And I'm gonna just say this off the rip too, you know, just because I've studied so many greats, whether it's from radio personalities or the media personalities, like this isn't the norm in terms of, you know, just broadcasting. A lot of times when people are going off air, or a lot of times when people are wrapping it up, like usually the network says, yo, you're just not going back on. Because, you know, again, you put yourself up for liability to have people on your network knowing that they're going to end. But, you know, I definitely do want to salute to Complex for giving us this opportunity to bring it out in the way we wanted to bring it out, which is obviously give to the audience exactly what you guys deserve, which is these moments. And like, it means a lot to me, you know?
Yeah, I feel the same way. First of all, I never really had intentions in my career on being a media personality. That's first and foremost. When 2018 started, it kind of started a little bit rocky for me, you know? So I remember just hitting up Nadeska on some what's up stuff, and then like, I came in here one day and I never left. And you know, I thank both of y'all for your patience, because for somebody who has never been in this field, and I never spoke on camera in the capacity that we do it on here, man, I could only imagine, like, there was some bumps, you know what I'm saying? But we got through it, and I'm very grateful for y'all, to Complex, to our entire staff, you know, behind the scenes, everybody that's been in my ear, you know what I mean? Everybody that mics me up, my man Craig, AJ, everybody, the great conversations that we do have offline, because we became a family. A lot of people don't know that us doing the show, we kind of like operate within Complex. So it's like we became our own thing, and we are a family. You know, when I went through my tough time of losing my dad, everybody was there for me. Everybody hit me up, you know, if they had my number, to just give me their condolences and give me well wishes. And I'm super grateful for that, to each and every one of y'all.
Yeah, man, what a time. Wayno, you came in at a very pivotal moment in the show's history.
Right.
I'll say that. And to your point, like, it was a new experience for all of us. I think when Ak and I started, of course, you already had a huge YouTube channel, but at that point, no one had even seen Ak. You were still very mysterious.
I have 4 pictures online.
Right.
I was coming from a background at MTV News where I had been reporting and doing interviews and stuff, but had never, ever been in a situation like this. I never thought I would be on a debate show. So, you know, the last couple episodes, we ran back just some of our best feel-good moments. We ran through some of the beefs, and this episode is very much just trying to encapsulate the entire journey as best as we can in an hour, right? The entire journey. So we're going to start back with the very first episode. So this was April 10th, 2017. I actually just want to play you guys a clip first, and then we'll give a little bit more backstory. So check out this.
Would you be surprised?
Of course.
Why so surprised,
I wouldn't
though?
be surprised. That's crazy to me.
If he
See,
said
you don't know
name-
a real MC when you see one.
No, if he said a name?
That's an MC.
I
That's an
agree,
MC.
he's an MC, but...
Then MCs are doing. You shouldn't be surprised when
No,
an
no,
MC
you know why?
do it.
Because I've seen Kendrick actions where he called out a shit ton of niggas on Control and then backpedal when some caught feelings.
He didn't back. What did he backpedal?
He backpedaled.
What did he backpedal on Control?
In interviews,
he said what the fuck
backpedaled.
he wanted to say.
He backpedaled.
So tell me, see it now that you may need that conglomerate to get back to. I don't want to see that now. I want to see you float on your fucking own, Nicki.
Are you saying,
Best woman rapper in the world.
Are you saying
I
they
want to
need
see
each
that.
other or Nicki needs none?
I'm saying I want to see her do it alone.
What do you, okay, I don't know why I'm sitting like that on that episode, but we covered a lot of ground. Now, of course, we're talking about Nicki, Jay. I think Dan was about to come out, so Ak was betting that he wouldn't do that well. But before we get into that, chemistry is really important on a show like this. Obviously, we have amazing chemistry with Wayno. We had great chemistry with Joe as well. He was really instrumental in launching the show. So a lot of people are still sort of hazy on the backstory, like how this actually began. So I'll start us off, right? I guess there were talks at Complex Complex about forming the show, and I'd met Joe the summer before the show launched, right?
I went skydiving, didn't
We
you?
went skydiving, which is so...
That's a good icebreaker.
Right. That's
Meet
definitely
somebody
good.
and y'all are basically jumping out the
on
air.
the brink of elimination.
Basically, so Joe and I had jumped out of a plane together, so we knew each other from that, right? So as things were getting closer to the show happening, and they were mentioning Akademiks, now you and I had each other blocked on Twitter. We'll get
Super
into that
blocked.
later. So we had never met, and I remember us sitting across the street and having lunch and just like wondering what you were gonna be like. So I'm curious, like, what did you first hear when they approached you about the show? What did you think when they mentioned Joe's name? You probably didn't even really know who I was except for the girl you had blocked.
Yeah, so, oh man, I just remember coming into Complex. I'm gonna be honest with you, just because, I had my own thing going on. And I walked into Complex and I was like, into myself, I was like talking to my audience, but I was talking to myself, I was like, I think I'm behind enemy lines. And I was kind of weary and whatever, but like, I remember sitting in Noah's office and I met Joe for the first time. And you remember this is 2017, remember 2016, he was involved in some stuff with Drake, and I remember fans, he was chasing out these fans. And I just remember like, I had covered a few things about him, and man, I let Joe have it. I'm not even gonna lie to you in terms of, my commentary and stuff like that. And Joe had me blocked as well. But it was a moment when I came to, Complex, and even to potentially, because they had told me, they were like, yo, hey, Joe's a potential host. And I said, you know what, man? I was just like, yo, I just can't stay in the basement for the rest of my life. I want to take that next step. And whether it's like that person don't like me or whatever the case is, we're gonna have to deal with it when I get there. And Joe was a little standoffish, but not on some mean stuff, but he was like, oh, this is the guy, because he never really seen me. And we were gonna do a screen test, and I remember sitting with someone else who was at Complex at the time, Noah, and I was just kind of like really taking about, I'm trying to read everything. And we do a real quick, it was a screen test. And I want to say about 5 to 10 minutes in, Joe was like, we're good. And I didn't know what that meant, but he was saying, nah, this the dude, y'all right, you got it. He's the dude, and he saw something, and I'm gonna always salute to him for that. He saw something I didn't see. He saw that we were different enough, but we could be entertaining enough to create good content. And really, even us three now, we've strived to do that despite who thinks what, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it's about creating content. And I remember the day when, it was originally, which a lot of people don't know, it's gonna be 3 dudes on the show. It was gonna be a dude in a Nadeska spot, which I just can't imagine at this point.
You know what's funny? So throughout the history of the show, a lot of people have disliked me. They felt like
y'all would have hated a dude.
I haven't contributed enough. I don't know what I'm doing. So they have a long list of people that they thought should replace me, and it was always women. But you guys have to know, it came down to me and Noah, who at the time was the editor-in-chief at Complex. So we both auditioned for the show, and I don't know, I thought you guys picked me, but then Noah and I had conversations where he still wanted to start the show, and then maybe I would sub in or whatever. So I almost didn't even have this job.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is, I give it up to everybody, because I just like being with the truth. I remember when Joe was like, we both agreed you were the person for the job, but I was so new to everything, I didn't think it was my place to step to anyone to say, hey, this is what we decided. And he said, nah, I'm gonna have that conversation with him. And he did it, and I just remember the moment where we all met, and I think this is the instrumental moment. Just if y'all wonder, like, yo, yeah, I had a roller coaster. We're about to have a roller coaster of emotions and people liking us and people not liking us. I had her blocked and Joe blocked. and I remember we all had to unblock each other,
right,
and kind of just even whatever we thought at the moment, realize, hey, we're gonna try to work this out. And by the way, I even watching this clip, like the first tone of what it was, like, debate seemed secondary. It was more about maybe a little theatrics. We were shouting. He would shout, I would shout. He would shout, I would shout. And that's really how it started. But like, again, I'll tell you how, because you might be like, because I look at myself and I'm like, you look goofy. We went to Joe's crib, and Billy, by the way, also salute to Lyric. She was producer at the time. Yo, we met up like, what are we gonna do? December 3rd. And Joe was like, yo, we gotta do this like hip hop, ESPN, like first take. And it was like, yo, we gotta both wear button-ups. And I remember he had a barber over, he said, yo, cut my hair and axe here and whatever. So me and Joe was gaining a little, relationship then. And we both agreed to wear button-ups, which later on,
Looks crazy.
obviously,
That looks
in the last year, I don't think Wayno has ever wore a button-up.
Nah, I've never worn
And
a
I think I wore a button-up one time after.
Guy, I think
and
you
yeah.
also were, you were at the episode where you lost the bet about Kendrick, and I think you did the push-ups in the button-down. You look nuts.
Yeah, but like the initial way how we wanted to dress was we were trying to take it serious in this and third, but of course we're cursing, and we also wanted to kind of we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
And again, the last thing, because I know I don't want to say too much on this, for everybody who's watching, the reason why also I'm so proud of Everyday Struggle is that Everyday Struggle was supposed to be a once-a-week show for 15 minutes. Salute to Elliot Wilson, salute to Joe, salute to Noah. Of course, thank you to you for all your contributions, but everybody in the fold and in between, including Cornell and just Complex as a whole, like when we said, hey, this would be great daily for more than 30 minutes, and it would be great daily for more than 30 minutes every week. And they listened and it worked. So, I'm really proud that it turned into that, because that's not what it was about to be.
Yeah.
It was just about to be like, it's the first time I'm about to be around some industry people. Fuck, it's gonna be some cameras on. Let me just try to do my thing and,
It was a fight the whole time. Remember, so now we have this really nice studio, like although the show is over, but when we filmed that first season, it was a regular office or conference room that had been turned into a makeshift studio. You could see
Wow,
the
for
tape
real?
on the yeah, it was not a real studio by
it was
any
a conference.
means.
We're shooting in a conference room.
Everything about that show was an everyday struggle. Like for the first few months, they got cars. I would wake up in Brooklyn at 4:45 in the morning, hop on the train by myself, me and the construction workers, do my makeup in the bathroom with this horrible lighting. It was nothing about the show was glamorous. So we came a long way. And of course, we have to say thank you to Joe for all the fighting that he did to make the show what it was. So we're gonna talk a little bit more, but now.
Wait, hold on. I want to give some credit just for Nadeska, because truth be told, I'm gonna tell you the truth, just straight up facts, man. And y'all can say whatever, man. I really respect Nadeska as someone who, has just provided structure and helped the show go on, whether what she does in front of the camera or behind the camera. And truth be told, man, like for the first couple of years, she didn't really get no respect as being talented. It was like, she didn't get like the luxuries we got in terms of cars. Man, we used to show up so early at Complex, and she would be doing her makeup in the dark. Again, if you have a girlfriend or anything like that, you can be able to sympathize. So every time y'all used to be bullying her, like, oh, you look a different shade, this, there, this, and third. She had to be real talk in the dark. Like nobody's at Complex but us, and she would have to be doing her makeup while me and Joe we kicking it. We do, so it's not even whatever. And that's why, even in the last year that we're in at least this studio, I was happy to let you get a makeup artist, because at that point, that was not even in the conversation.
That's too
I didn't even
funny.
know how you did it.
Yeah, it was an experience. All of this stuff, makes you tougher, and it also makes you grateful. I'm grateful for where I'm at in my career now, that I can get hair and makeup sometimes if I wanted, and I can take a cab.
You're a diva now.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen overnight. That's all I'm trying to say. It has been an absolute journey, but like that first season, Akademiks and I were super green, so it definitely took some adjusting, because Joe's a super natural performer, and also they got into a shit ton of beefs. Of course, check out some highlights.
So how you gonna tell me what I talk about and what I don't?
Joe,
No, this is
he
true.
he does talk about music. That's
No.
what I'm saying. I'm agreeing. Listen,
I'm not saying
everybody
word.
calm the
But
fuck
both of y'all
down.
don't even watch what I'm
Akademiks,
putting
I
out.
have
So
seen your content, because sometimes when we have to
You
book
seen-
interviews, there are conflicts of
hold on,
interest.
see?
Because
Well,
you talk
first of all,
about music.
First of all, Complex
Oh
is
my
straight numbers.
God.
Complex don't watch a motherfucking video I do. So stop. Y'all just know my videos.
You're not
do
even
it.
listening, you're just
Second of all,
literally
Joe don't
talking.
watch my shit.
What's wrong with you, man?
What the fuck is Trent doing?
What you mean?
What the fuck is he talking about? It's too positive. I'm on some Wale shit, man.
It's too positive.
Yeah. Yesterday, I told my daughter if I woke up that she would blow up, and then I went to the store, and then I went to church. I told them that we would never have. What is that voice? What is that voice? That pen was tough. So, that's one fucking joint. And for the last 17 years, niggas have propped Jay-Elect up as the best fucking rapper in the world. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Number one, Russ has a man bun. Russ is 5'3". So if you add 1 and 2, Russ is 5'3" with a man bun. What fixes it if Cardi B is still feeling away from my boyfriend putting my nemesis on his single? What fixes it?
Okay, here's the question before you do all this. This is the face-up?
Jesus.
Making music, bro. I'm just having fun. I'm saying my fans
You're gonna
love
have a
it.
problem with just having fun at 5.
What did you
what
want
is that-
from hip
what
hop?
do you-
You're gonna have a big problem with just having.
Yeah, what
you
did
don't
you want
sound
to
like
say?
you very aware
what
with
is
what's
it?
going on, and you one of the hottest niggas on earth.
But what do you want me to say? You want me to say?
I want you to be aware of your business. I want you to know whether you're in a 360 or not. I want you to appreciate the culture that changed your life and took you from college dorm room eating fucking oodles and noodles. I want you who's well spoken and articulates himself well.
My nigga. Chill.
You know, you might see one or the other. Y'all move as a collective.
All right, we gotta wrap this up though.
My bad. Happy trying to jump.
I couldn't
wrap
hear
it up
anything
then.
over there too. Close it.
Close it.
Hey, listen, man. I wish I could talk to the Migos longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeeded, man.
Hey man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
Hold on. Wait. No. Wait.
Where's their security guard? Where's their security guard?
Chill.
You know what? Wayno, you are a well-respected industry veteran. You've seen all the shows. You've been through all these eras in rap. Can you tell us your reaction to these first few episodes of Everyday Struggle?
So, my first reactions was, what I loved about it, it was nothing like it. Like, it was nothing like it from rap. And I felt like it was hip hop. The initial thing y'all went after was hip hop first take. And I felt like, see, Joe tweets crazy. And anybody who knows Joe, been to a pool party, been to one of his shows, chilled around him, know that he's very animated. So to get to see him like focus that in like not a large setting in a small room and like his target was you, that was everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was everything. But I like the fact that like I said, when I got to see Ak be on screen for the first time, because I was watching some of his commentary stuff for like all of 2015, 2016, to see him get on screen, it was like, oh shit, this dude actually has an opinion. And to see you trying to separate them at all times, that shit was just wildly entertaining. Like I said, like this shit is kind of like a dream for me, because as I'm watching this, I'm just thinking about where I was when I was seeing this shit. I remember sometimes it would be like, I would take my, what time did it air? Around 2017. What time was it?
Was it 11 a.m.?
Yeah, 11.
It was 11 a.m. I remember it would be days where it was like, I would take my kids to school in the morning, right? Drive them to school, and then be running errands. And as I'm in the car on my way back home or wherever I'm going, I put the show on. You know what I'm saying? So just to see how, like, to know the story, be a part of it, and see how it came to fruition and the great moments that came out of it is insane. Shit is insane.
I'm gonna be very honest. In the first, man, hey, you know, despite what anybody ever says, yo, I'm grateful that all the people I've ever worked with behind the scenes and on camera as well. You know, so grateful to Joe. You know, I think I worked with him for 9 months on the show, and it was a roller coaster. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the perfect introduction to what, you know, media is, and also it made me realize, yo, listen, this is how you're gonna have to stand in your opinion and actually stand up for yourself and represent yourself and learn how to deal, because I came from a place where I was speaking to people, but they never spoke back. They spoke back in comments, but never directly. Always salute to Joe for that, including up until we got Wayno. You know, I think Everyday Show has been such a roller coaster the first 6 months, and Nadeska has her own moments. I don't know if she'll let some of those out. Man, I thought about quitting Everyday Struggle at least 40 times in the first 6 to 9 months, and that's facts.
So if it's 40 for you, it's for me times that by 5.
Wow.
It was like, yo, at times you would go home and you would feel okay, and then the reaction by the internet, then you would feel like, yo, is this really helping me? Where is it getting me? And then sometimes you would come back the next day, and then you would have like a really tough time dealing with other stuff, but also on camera. Like, it made you really reconsider. It was really a emotional roller coaster. And for someone like, you know, I'm always very honest about why I came to Complex. I was like, man, I was doing really good before, but I wanted to take the next step, and I felt like, you know, Complex was providing a platform that could help me get to the next step. But it was I was experiencing certain stuff, ridicule, scrutiny, you know, like I've never felt before. And I'm telling you, I kid you not, like I leaned heavily into my audience because, you know, at times, like, you know, Nadeska knows this, there's times I would do the show, I don't even talk to her or Joe. And I feel like I'm just antisocial. And like, I'm telling you, I had many moments. And I'm gonna be honest. In hindsight, I'm super happy I never quit. I had other people in the industry that told me that said, yo, nah, I think they try and play you. You should just quit. But I bunkered in, man, because when I commit to something, I really bunker in. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna work with these people now. We're gonna figure out a medium where I could, because I didn't only just come here just to, just eat off, the crop. I came here to build and grow. And I'm happy that I didn't quit. I'm happy that, I went through it all. I'm happy that I had those experiences, good or bad, because it really prepared me. I know Nadeska, I don't know if Nadeska gonna say it, but man, Nadeska was in situations, I'll say it. Nadeska was in situations where like literally, I'll say it. I remember Joe told her straight up, yo, if I forgot what happened, it was at the Ray J episode. He was like, yo, man, if you can't deal with whatever, quit. Now I remember it was just like we separated, everybody separated, she walked away, but it was like a simple argument that kind of just really escalated, but it was boiling tensions. And it was for anybody who works a job anywhere, corporate America or not, when you're dealing with tensions with your coworkers and like, to people, it might be like, oh, it's great content, but there was nothing fake.
Right.
Yeah.
If there was tension that you saw on camera, there was a lot more behind the scenes.
Right.
It was 10 times worse. There was arguments, slammed doors, fights. I'm not gonna talk to you, this and third.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, you had your moments, I had my moments. I remember.
We only had like one moment with Akademiks like that. Not crazy.
even?
Yeah, when I went crazy about him on 6ix9ine. Remember we had it was one where I got a little the reason why I had got upset was because even though I work with this man, I watch his content.
Yeah.
So he was recapping when I did the pull up with Joe.
Yeah.
And he was saying some shit. He was like, Wayno was in
said
there.
that. Yeah.
Casanova, Joe.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, and me and 6ix9ine was watching, and you know what 6ix9ine had to say about this? Suck my dick. And I was like, I was so hot, because I'm like, I work with you every day, nigga.
Yeah.
Don't be.
And
you know
that
what I mean?
was part of the thing that happened on this show. Like, he would do things on Twitch at night that then Joe would see, and it would piss him off, and that would turn into a whole shit show. And then Joe would have his issues with Complex.
But you know what's so funny? Because look, that day, because I knew, look, the whole shit with 6ix9ine, I was like, yo, I know how this shit is gonna play out. For me, I was like, I know how it's gonna play out. But that day, when I could prove all my points, I was like, well, no, I'm not gonna let up on this nigga. And remember, we had to stop.
Yeah, nah,
because you was like, Nadeska was like, yo, Wayno, what the fuck? Like, we worked together.
Yeah, it felt like it was a lot personal. But
it was a little bit personal because I felt the way about certain shit. You know what I mean?
And even with that though, I think that like a lot of people sit home and they watch it and they love those moments. Trust me, they do.
Absolutely.
But I think they think those moments are just theatrical and just like entertainment, and that like, man, yo, I know when Wayno's telling me his point of view, he's not just telling me something that, oh, we both agreed in the green room. That's what he really feels. Right. So yeah, there are gonna be, sometimes you could leave out of the shit with some bruised opinions. I'm telling you, there's been so many times, and here's the thing too, especially when like, even like Joe was here, it's three of us on the show. It would be like at times where like Nadeska's in the middle, and so it would be like, all right, now Nadeska's gonna get his side. And I think at one point, even Nadeska felt a little ostracized because shit, Joe looked at me like, man, I think she rocking with Complex and they're about to whatever, and like we're all believing this. I'm like,
yeah, that was the crazy. Okay, should we just fast forward then to Joe leaving the show? I think that's
no. We can take our time. No, we can take our time.
Well, we gotta keep it moving, right? Like throughout the.
No, I think this leads into it with the whole Complex conspiracy theories and all of that. Like I was saying before. So Joe with the check thing. You guys know how Joe is. He is how he is, right? So the moment he came in, he was combative with Complex and all that kind of stuff. But I was staff at the time, which is weird. So I was still working a full-time job here. You guys know like Sean Evans from Hot Ones, Emily Oberg, Jinx, Speedy. I was all of their managers at the time. So I already had a whole full-time job. And coming in, Joe, I was honest with him about how frustrated I was at Complex. I was super transparent about all the issues I had. So then whenever he had issues, I thought we were all in it together until we got to the end of the year and shit really hit the fan. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest, it turned into, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Truthfully, me and Joe one day, like, Joe's a character, man. And when I mean a character, like, this is his personal attributes, nothing acting. There's no cameras is on. We walking in Nadeska's office one day, And again, I'm chilling. I think we're gonna just have like a post show, like, you know what I mean, kumbaya, a little powwow. He looks up on a calendar, and the calendar said, the beginning of Fuse. And Joe, like, you know, I was so green and everything. Joe was so much in tune with whatever. He quickly said, they're about to throw us on terrestrial TV or whatever you call that, linear, and they're using Nadeska. It changed from you being our ally to you are the mouthpiece for Complex, and to let us like agree with this. And I kid you not, nothing was the same after that. I kid you
it was
not.
crazy, but nothing had actually changed. Like literally nothing had changed. That was all in his mind. I still had my issues with Complex. I still had my frustrations, but it turned into, I don't know, it was just horrible. So
there's so much more.
how much more are you trying to tell though? I don't know how much
I think you had just signed your deal. Like, you took mad long to sign your deal, but you signed your deal.
And I was making pennies compared to what you guys were making. And everything you said, I still didn't get any luxuries as talent.
So I think, I'm telling you, I was talking to, he's like, Nadeska signed back on the Complex, but they told her she has to get these motherfuckers to go along with the program as we scheduled it. We're gonna throw them on linear, no extra paycheck, no extra just do whatever. And Nadeska is almost the mole who's operating for Complex, who we're chilling with after every show. It got deep. There's some deep stage shit, some Alex Jones shit that got happened. And I'm listening to Joe like,
he believed all of it.
Whoa.
He believed all of it. This shit is so crazy.
Have you ever heard like a good conspiracy?
I had nothing to do with that because I was never upper management.
Like air might not really be, air might be fake, right? Like,
what's the Earth? Earth is flat. Wait.
Right, exactly.
2 + 2, that's 22.
Right.
Oh man. All right, so shall we fast forward now to the end of the show?
You could go wherever, girl.
Man, look, so Joe, like he was transparent about this. He was fighting with Complex about money the whole time. We supported it, whatever. Down to the moment that he left, I think this was right around the time he had his son, which was really amazing. We came in, we saw each other. He was in my text messages. I was congratulating him. We were trying to link up for a drink. And then in a matter of 2 days, everything flipped. All of a sudden on Twitter, I was in a boys club. I was a mole. I was part of, I don't know, my feelings were so hurt. This was like the first time in my career that I'd been in a situation like that, that, people on the internet wanted me dead. It was over the holidays. I was like out of the country, just feeling alone and attacked, not knowing what I would do. And then Joe still hit me on top of all of that and said, don't let any of this stress you out. It's just work. It's not life. I love you, Pinky. I was just so dumbfounded. I was like, you have the whole internet on my neck. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you could tell us your version of those moments.
No, Joe, you owe Nadeska a little apology.
Nah, I mean, it's
not even a little apology, but like, well, you know what it is? I think Joe looks and takes certain things as, he doesn't care. But for someone like you who have worked, and when I mean worked and grinded, and had to elbow and fight your way for every position you've ever gotten, despite what people might think. And if they've seen you, they could see you at other companies and in other positions. You, of course, are gonna care. But I think for Joe, he was like, okay, yeah, I said that, but like, whatever. And I think, of course, it affected you because we talked a lot about that.
We were friends, but then I learned that we were just industry friends. I think that was the lesson in there for me, Because we spoke like friends. We hung out outside of work. We texted like friends. Like we've been on double dates together. Like shit that friends do, but I didn't realize at the end of the day it was just business. And I don't have any hard feelings. I'm super grateful to Joe for even fighting for me to be on the show and giving me this opportunity. So there's no bad blood on my end. It was just a really tough lesson at the time.
Man, Joe sacrificed you, man. Joe was going in on Complex, and trust me, anything that had Complex name on it got to go. And to be honest, I think you felt the short end of the stick. And that's what I'm saying, I think we're all much removed from there. I don't have, there was at times that, like, again, whether, continue to build this show, especially with us three, we've carried the lion's share of Everyday Struggle. At least 70% of Everyday Struggle has been these three hosts, okay? Me, Wayno, and Nadeska. And, at times when I feel like, I get his gripe with Complex, at a time I was like, all right, don't kick the shows back in if you fuck with us personally. But again, big salute to Joe. Like, it was such a big changeover. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was listening to Joe at that time when me and him would have our private talks, but I was like, not Joe coming back. I was like, yo, this is an act. I was like,
I thought he was gonna come back.
Yo, this is an act. And I remember he called me when they said, act, listen, man, Yeah, I'm out. Stick him up for whatever you could, but I'm definitely out. And I still thought it was a joke. And I'm not gonna lie, like, yo, it definitely did affect how we all knew and like fuck with each other, because the fallout was a little bit disappointing to some extent. But again, we still love Joe and thank him for everything he's ever done for the show. Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna give Complex won't give him the credit, but I'm gonna give Joe the credit for the creator, because he always won that. Joe, you created the shit, okay?
All right, so yeah, after Joe left, I don't think any of us were 100% sure that the show was even going to continue. Obviously, we had a couple of fill-in hosts, or some hosts that didn't really last, as you can see here on the screen. Things were really, really turbulent, and this was a period of the show that I, generally could say that I really did not enjoy. There was just a lot of negativity on the channel. Shout out to my guy Jinx, though. I do love Jinx. But let's fast forward to some good times, man. Wayno's very first appearance on Everyday Struggle. Hey, good morning, guys. You're watching Everyday Struggle on Complex News. I'm Nadeska here with the crew, Akademiks, Star, and we got a special guest this morning, Wayno. So an industry vet. He came up through Def Jam, Rockefeller, has managed people like Dave East, and now is the CEO of Triangle Offense.
Happy
They talk through all
that plug shit.
Yo, guys, Wayno had a genuinely romantic Valentine's Day. Can we put your business on blast or not?
No,
we don't. He had a really good Valentine's Day.
Watch. What's wrong with you?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I know, but we're happy to have Wayno with us. Look, he's worked in the industry for a long time, has a lot of experience managing artists and building out his bigger brand. So we'd love to have his input today. We're going to talk more about you later in the show, but down to get into some topics with us?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Wow, yeah.
Man, what
You were shy, dog?
Yo, it's crazy because I remember that day. Like, I remember that day very vividly. I remember that day. I remember the reason why I had on that hat is because I was about to start selling my merch. So I was like, yo, that's my only priority is wearing this hat. You know what I mean? So I could plug that shit in or whatever. And it was like,
wait, back up a little bit. So the Nadeska hits you up like a couple days. Like, when did you hit him up?
No, so the way it happened was, so I was watching one of the episodes, I guess when Star had first came on.
Yeah.
And I guess Nadeska was it was a little tension.
Should we just say what happened? He said something wildly inappropriate. The shit was super embarrassing for me. Another horrifying moment in my career.
Right.
And it was just a miserable time at the show. And Wayno had just randomly texted me.
I randomly texted, because we always had that relationship.
Yeah, so I knew Wayno from when he was managing Dave East, and I was at MTV. I remember going to Harlem.
Yeah, you came to Harlem.
I shoot with them uptown.
Yep. And me and Nadeska were always just talking. I'm one of those people, hey, how you doing? Happy New Year. You know what I mean? Just, how you doing? And I was watching the show, and I'm like, yeah, Nadeska, talk your shit. You know what I mean? So she hits me back a week later, I think, and she was like, oh my God, I'm such a bad friend. She's like, first off, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. Just was checking in. I said, I've been watching the show and all that. She was like, yo, you know what? You should come debate with us one day. And I was like, all right, shit, no problem. And when I came here, my priority at the time was I was about to jump into really going hard with my merchandise for my brand. So I wore my hat. And then I remember doing, after we finished the show, when I was leaving, Chops was like, yeah, that's the most fun we had since Joe left. And I was like, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean, you know what I'm saying? And then I had left, and then I think we had spoke in the green room for a second. I think we had spoke in the green room, and the desk was like, yo, would you be open to coming back? And I'm like, coming back for what? You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. I'm like, coming back for what? So then I left. And we spoke briefly about that, and then I left. And then Nadeska had texted me later on that day, yo, it was really fun having you on. We want you to come back as a guest. And I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I didn't really have much to do at that time, so I was like, cool. And I never left after that.
We were glad you were open, and shout out to Chops, who was our editorial producer on that first super wild season.
Yeah.
Because he was also really into the Wayno idea. When I first told Ak, he thought you were just a dude on Twitter. We know Ak does not fuck with Twitter.
Right.
So he wasn't really into it at first.
I didn't really know, and also, I remember, I'm gonna call them experiments that happened post Joe. I know Complex was trying to recreate something and trying to bring either particular energy or someone else that could be, good talker but could be polarizing. And my whole thing was always saying, hey, listen, the theatrics is cool for a little bit, but what's going to really let the show last is going to be good debate, good conversation. And when your name was brought up, I didn't really know, but I know at the time, Complex Brass was putting a lot of pressure on Chops and Nadeska, because like me, I'm not doing that, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, y'all gotta find somebody. Y'all gotta find somebody, blah, blah, blah. And when she mentioned your name a couple times, and I'm like, shit, it's not like I got names I'm bringing, right? And by the way, we had did a whole audition thing before that I'm like, damn, if we're not going back to the people who we auditioned before, I don't know nobody like that. And when you came on, I was like, okay, she might be on to something. She kind of checked my temperature out, and she was like, yo, listen.
Yo, the funniest thing was, I remember the day when I think the desk was like, yeah, you know, they're gonna pay you. And I'm like, for real? And then she showed me they was gonna pay me. I said, oh shit, y'all gonna have to tell me to shut up now. Like, for real, I'm like, I said, I could get paid to talk?
Yeah.
All right, fuck that, I'm up every morning now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it was,
you brought like a special energy to the set, because from auditions, obviously, you know, Star was here briefly. I remember Jim Jones auditioned, and Jim was super cool, but it was pretty
Lord
intense.
Jamar,
I think Ak was scared for his life. Yeah, it was a lot. So, Wayno, you know, we were super excited to welcome you to the cast, and it changed like the energy again, and we were back to having fun and not just feeling tense behind the scenes all the time. So to check out this clip, this is the first official show with me, Wayno, and Akademiks.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Finally, I'm Nadeska here with DJ Akademiks and our guy Wayno.
What's good?
What's going on, man? It feels like the first day of school.
What's the deal? We got
like we've been off for a year.
I'm about it, yo. He just told me he's in like in a Taibo class.
No, see, you're not gonna do that.
He's just making shit up.
You're making shit up. Muay Thai class,
Same thing.
Anderson
Karate,
martial arts.
This year or this summer, I don't want to hire too many security. I want to hire one security that the other guy that pull up on me, I can wash him.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Yo, Ak, the most
Muay Thai?
non-athletic dude I've ever met in my life.
Bruh, I'm definitely starting like a diet today. Not a diet, a workout plan. Man, Jay the Spurs, man. Come on, man.
See, now you're trying to
the
take.
Spurs are good.
No. Hold up. You're not gonna do that shit. You're not gonna do that shit because you try to take.
Good, though.
You know that's an analogy that I've made before. You know, don't take my shit. Secondly, right? Don't take my shit. Secondly, you cannot call Jay the Spurs. You out of your mind because nobody likes to watch the Spurs play.
Maybe we should never make basketball analogies.
Yeah, he can't. You can't keep doing this, bro. You can't keep doing this.
I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about in like entertainment factor. Come on, to pimp a butterfly was running the streets. Stop it.
The streets?
If
wait.
This is too late.
Yo, wait. Hold up. Don't say the streets.
Okay,
then you're fucking it up.
That's
no,
what I mean is like
the package
the energy,
when you say stuff like that.
The energy.
The energy.
Yo, to pimp a butterfly, bro.
That wasn't a good album?
It was a classic album. However,
so what are you talking about?
However, hold on.
How you gonna say something was a classic album, but you saying I don't remember one song?
He's trying to say there were no like hits. It wasn't like radio.
It wasn't
in the
the
club.
joint.
Because he's talking this
say.
number shit all the time.
Man, you both look so young. You had terrible facial hair. I was just super blonde.
How's it looking now?
Yo, that's crazy. That's not that long ago.
Y'all look mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think like I just remember that episode, and it's like we were kind of trying to size each other up as, okay, so you're this type of guy, you're this. You can see there's a lot of, I remember this episode, there's a lot of Wayno like, nah, I'm not gonna let you get this. You can tell Wayno watched the show and it was like, nah, I'm gonna stop this before it starts. There was a lot of that going on, but I remember here, this is kind of where, like, you know, just with any relationship, like we had a little rocky, but we went through a little turbulence to find that chemistry of where we could, you know what I mean, understand how each other are, but also get to good debate just because already I know what you would probably feel about certain things.
You know what's crazy about this episode is like it being the first one. Why I had already done like maybe like 8 or 9 episodes with us and Star. When we did that first one, I was a little because it was like, all right, now it's just you now. You know what I mean? And I'm dealing with so many people telling me what I'm not. You know what I mean? You ain't this, you ain't that. You'll never
no Joe, no show.
No Joe, no show. You ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't And the thing about it is I would never try to replicate that. You know what I mean? I never tried to be nobody else in my life. So when I started doing the show, I really felt like I was thrown into the middle of the ocean with no life preserver and I just had to swim to shore. And that's why I attribute how patient y'all were, because like I didn't understand transitions. I didn't understand like the way I debate is just being in a barbershop or being on my block. So I didn't understand letting you speak or you having to interject and all of that shit. So once I started learning, I'm like, oh, okay, this is how you do this, cool. And Damn, it seems like it was yesterday, but that was what, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I think you picked it up pretty quickly, and I think one of the things that you just cannot force is chemistry, right? You know, all those other things come and go, and I had to learn a lot being on the show as well, but you added great chemistry to the show, which is what I enjoy and why I'm gonna miss you guys so much, because talking about music is great, but I really just love bullshitting with you guys before and after the episode. So if you guys saw the last episode, you also know that when it comes to fashion, me and Ak are just not the ones that you come here to see. Like, he certainly doesn't care. I'd be having to like blow dry the wrinkles out of his shirts. I'm not a big shopper. I'm not a big shopper. So when Wayno came to the show, that's when, you know, we really stepped up the fashion game. Look at these outfits, man. Yo, but my favorite one was when sometimes you went too far with the outfits and the internet definitely got at you.
Hold on. There was a time that you started dressing like Andre 3000. And also, let's be honest, let's not act like 80% of Wayno's outfit wasn't the sneakers. Like
80%?
80% Wayno. You were just bringing the
this is the thing. So here's my thing, right? My thing was this, right? I'm all about presentation. I'm from Harlem. I'm all about presentation.
If I'm gonna hit
so I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that whenever I'm on television, I gotta have some shit on, man. Like the thing was, now I'm gonna tell you this. He could talk all that shit he want, talking about, oh, you can see it's 80% of his sneakers, right? Then he started changing how he was dressing.
It didn't get better.
Wayno ain't gonna be the only one coming up in here like this.
Wayno, you ain't say that more than 3 times?
The only thing Wayno did was wear a rollie and have on a new pair of kicks, bro.
Let's really. See, and then don't know nothing about sneakers.
And then wait,
and then nothing about clothes, nothing about fashion.
And then once he found the Beanie Gang, he basically turned to Beanie Siegel. Like, this is wore Beanie every day. Like, come on, man. And
I got tired of the snaps, man.
Listen, I gotta say I'm super impressed because waking up that early in the morning, I just simply did not care.
That shit was like going to school. It was like the first day of school every day. You know how it is. Well, not you.
No, he does not know how it is.
He never got fly in his life.
He does not know, and we're about to show it, but like, Wayno, you know, good for you. I just could not care.
I was laying my shit out like down to the floor. You feel me?
Crazy. I was looking around in the dark every morning trying to find an outfit.
I'm gonna blame this next clip on the lack of a wardrobe budget.
Oh, here we go.
I've been told in Hollywood. I've been told in Hollywood and big budget production, and also when you have stars that approach a building, they're supposed to pick your clothing for the whole week. You're not supposed to be having these decisions yourself.
Yeah.
Let me think about content, not fashion.
Now you're right. We got the wardrobe budget one time, but all the other times, here's some of Akademiks' best outfits.
What the fuck is this on your hat? Honestly, tell me.
This is a custom hat.
No, we know.
Okay. It's the New York Yankees logo. Someone
But
at
it's on a wooden piece. Yeah. And then the wooden piece
listen, I don't judge.
Sewn into the hat. And you have pins and stickers on the side.
No, it's not pins.
What's happening?
He got on ankle socks and sweatpants, and it's a snowstorm today. It's fucking gonna be nasty outside, and you looking like you going to track practice.
White sneakers with black ankle socks.
I got my North Face jacket in the green room.
Okay.
Relax.
Hit the $400 order. So that's.
Is that what that is?
No price smell like that. No price smell like that.
That is trash for $400.
Good morning, Akademiks. The cheetah print Knicks hoodie, the dope gold hat. What's good, man? How you feeling today? I'm good, yeah. I'm straight. I'm tired of Axe pulling the hub sweater. I'll tell you that.
Can you retire this one?
Yo, there's one episode where Joe said that Ak was matching his hoodie strings with his shoelaces.
Why we ain't show the clip where Ak had the fucking jersey up under his brim? He had the Giannis Antetokounmpo jersey under his brim. That shit was crazy.
There's too much good content for us to
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all besmirch a good gentleman like myself and my attempts at fashion. See, you motherfuckers right here. Even A$AP Rocky has missed a couple of times over the years, and he's a fashion
every
guard.
time.
Okay, I just want to say that to y'all. Everybody is taking a misstep. See, I didn't show the great fits. All I gotta say is we did like goddamn like 400, 500 episodes. Actually, I got the stats.
It's definitely enough episodes of me talking about Akademiks clothing for us to have a full episode of that alone. Just definitely enough.
No, I need an extra check if that's gonna happen. That's not fan made or not. I'll get that DCMA takedown.
Right.
Okay?
Oh, man. All right. So after going through all of those roller coaster moments, Wayno joins us. We're finally having fun. Then we finally got to go out and do the show live and finally meet the fans at ComplexCon, which was a lot of fun.
Yo, Jay is way too chill, man. This thing is usually like...
He might really be high.
It's ADHD shit right there. I don't know how he's chill.
Right now, this the high, Jay. Like, if you don't smoke, he always turn. Like,
man.
Look how he's sitting.
It's like you figuring out what the fuck's going on.
This the chopsticks day. You be talking.
That's your happy face.
Like right now, this the chopsticks day. You be talking to the Rich Forever day most of the time.
Nah, I want that one. I want that one back. I want that one.
That was a good one.
I got a real respectable top 5 that is like undeniable. It's gonna be everybody else's. There's certain niggas that just have to be put in the top 5.
Can we keep it West Coast?
West Coast?
Yeah, just top 5 West Coast.
Top 5 West Coast. Disclude myself?
You can add yourself in. I just want to see where you rank.
I mean, then I'm number 1, nigga. But other than that, like behind me, because of, you know, I do the shit like a motion picture in order of appearance. Because I'm not gonna say nothing about my little nigga's skill set, because skill wise, nobody can fuck with Kendrick. Like, period.
So I think we all wanted to do a lot more of these live shows. It was definitely fun getting out to meet the people, because for all that very intense energy that you get on the internet, so many people hate you and this and that. No one ever says anything mean in real life. Maybe one time someone has told me to tell academics, fuck academics, but that's it. Usually it's all love. So we would have loved a lot.
I never got that. I never really got no negativity in person.
Yeah,
I never got no negativity in person.
I've been getting a lot of good moments in person.
Yeah,
nah, absolutely. Yo, remember when we was the last Complex Con where we was there and he had like a line of people that would take flicks with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all love in real life.
Yeah, like, let me tell you this. I'm not saying that the internet is a real place, but still, like, I think what we realized, you know, with the show, you know, the dope thing about it, that somebody could really be like, man, yo, Wayno was talking that bullshit today. That nigga just, you know, that nigga just co-sign everything Jay-Z. But if they see Wayno, they're not gonna be like, fuck you. You know what I mean? They may have expressed their pain in the comments and you may have taken that like, damn, this person don't like me. But if they see Wayno, they're gonna be like, yo, can I get a picture real quick?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's one thing going out, and especially for me, my first Complex Con, I love Complex Con. You know why? Because I never really went out there.
You never leave the house.
Right.
No, I never had like public meetups or anything like that. So I never really met you never met your audience.
Yeah.
And I was expecting it to be a lot of what you see online, which is 50% hate, 50% love. And the hate just never showed up.
Well,
I was waiting.
Yeah, I know when I did my first Complex Con, I was like a goddamn little kid in a candy store. I was so happy because I didn't have any viewership prior to this.
Yeah.
So I was just like, shit, I'm taking every single picture. I'm talking to every single person. But I got into it with security at that Complex Con too. I got into it with them.
Oh yeah, they're a little out of pocket.
Yeah, there's a little over aggressive.
But I could imagine, especially for you, like just kind of going out there and seeing like the love all in one place. Because I think we've all like, you know, I would always be terrified when Nadeska tells me, oh yeah, like when I'm going home on the train, somebody on the train would ask me about the show or say something like they recognize. I'm like, yo, I'm terrified of that.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends on the train.
I can't jump off this motherfucker.
Shout out to all my train friends.
Yo, like, nah, that's a big thing. But you know, for me, like when I was meeting people, because it was the funniest thing for my peers and my friends, because I remember one time I was doing correspondence at Made in America. Yeah. And Elliot Wilson was like, damn, dog, you was just back here with an artist 2 years ago. Now you trying to take our jobs? Like, you down here interviewing. So that was kind of surreal. And like, you know, even like B-Dot, giving me pointers and stuff on how to interview. Like, the people were sitting there watching me like, yo, this dude is really a media personality now. You know what I mean? It was kind of surreal for me. So I wanted to make sure I had every single interaction possible, you know?
Man, again, if it's one of those things I could like do more of, or we could have done, man, I wish we had like went on a tour of colleges. Yeah. Yo, live is something else, man. And also like, you get real people with real opinions, and I love when they chimed in because, you know, sometimes like Nadeska knows, like we might look at, like we upload the show to YouTube, and you might look later and you see a bunch of people trolling or their comments and something that got nothing to do with anything. You see in person, you're gonna get people engaged, and like you're gonna actually have some meaningful discussion. And I feel like a lot of times online it's hard to find meaningful discussion when sometimes the troll gets more likes, or the person who's just saying some disrespectful stuff. So like, you know, I wish we did that more, because for all the viewership we received and all the support from all the people, that's why we kept doing this. I wanted to be there in person with all of them, honestly. You know?
You know what? We could still do that. I know a lot of people have already been asking, like, what's next for all of us after this? Will we do things together? I think everyone's going to go on their own path for now, but I think we've realized that we don't even need to necessarily do this with a company. Maybe what we do is just some live events, because that's what we always wanted to do and never got a chance. We could do some one-off things, because we would still love a chance to interact with all of you guys. You know what I mean? You've shown us so much love over the years. So stay tuned. Those things will come, you know what I mean? But for now, let's just savor the moment. So there were a lot of things that we wanted to do on the show that we didn't get to do, but one of them was the Everyday Struggle Awards. We spend so much time arguing about things like the Grammys and how they never get it right. So I thought that why don't we just actually do our own award show? And we finally got a budget for the wardrobe. So this is the best Akademiks has ever looked. Check this out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I'm Nadeska. Now, I know things look a little different today, but I decided that since we had so much new music this year and so many big moments, it was only right to recap the highlights of 2018 in the first annual Everyday Struggle Awards.
You don't have to even be from where he's from, but you hear that hunger. You hear that authenticness, that organic shit. Like, if you ever got vocal coached or whatever, whether you're a rapper or not, they'll be like, some people will be like, rap from your chest or rap from your throat. Seems like he's rapping from his heart. And when I heard his music...
Did you write that before the show? I cut it out. Not at I feel it's so hot in here right now.
Oh my God, man. Yo.
See what happened, y'all? Y'all see what happened?
And the award for Best Rap Album of the Year, of course, goes to Pusha T. Come on, get closer, gentlemen, get closer. Goes to Pusha T. Daytona. Let's please raise a glass.
Let's do it.
Well-deserved win. A tough debate.
Yo, you know what's so funny about that clip? Yo, we was bent by that point.
Yeah,
we was
twisted.
bent. But nah, that shit was so corny, my nigga. Like, it was just so fucking corny.
Wayno,
like,
it
was just so corny.
Corny,
because
bro.
it's like, I was really trying to see where he was going with this shit. He was like, you know, rhymes from his...
Yo, I'm gonna be
seems
honest
like
with y'all.
he's rapping from his heart.
I'll
That fucking Hallmark card, that Hallmark card tape.
Wayno, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What?
I forgot if we were drinking Bel Air that day or whatever.
Yep.
Listen, y'all were so gone that to keep it real, it was just not time for sentimental shit. Like, that shit was going, you know when you're so high that somebody say something and it's just funny?
You don't know.
Right. What's he talking about? When you so high?
Stop the cap. I will say though, you know, really, I'm gonna say thank you to both of y'all. You know, I remember Wayno was super for like, yo, we should do our own award show, And you know, thank you to Nadeska and also other people, you know, behind the scenes in making it happen, because yo, truth be told, like I felt like we went in like a little run of like just critiquing other award shows.
Yeah.
And when y'all brought it up, like we could have our own, I'm like, I guess that's cool, but like we ain't really gonna do one. And I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, and also, you know, since my man Roger, we went forward in doing it. I thought that was super dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was fun.
Like, and also we got it right every time. Facts.
Yeah, man. Roger, Christina, Greg, Craig, AJ, Andre, Jordan, Bianca, bro, the whole team, man.
That was not corny, by the way. I just want to tell you that
that was corny as fuck.
Shit,
and look,
Roddy Ricch was rapping from his heart.
Bro, we felt you on
Was it Roddy Ricch?
We didn't. We didn't disagree on it. You were talking about Roddy, just the way you said it, and you're right. We were so twisted. That shit was.
Yeah, that shit was
funny, man.
It's a perfect recipe for a laugh.
It was. So we did the award show again in 2019. So this year, if I remember, so MVP of the year was J. Cole. Song of the year was No Guidance. Album of the year, Young Thug, So Much Fun. This already, you know, feels like a lifetime ago. So, Ak, I don't know if your fit was as good that year, but you still
That was a bad fit.
You still look right.
That was a bad fit. Look at that fit.
Y'all niggas ain't say none of this when I was there. This nigga's fake, man. I hate it. It is fake. Yo, you look great. Let's take the family picture. Years later, yo, that shit was trash, man.
Trash.
Why you ain't tell me then? I don't know. I just wanted to get the picture over with.
All right, so we had a really good time at the second award show. You know, we took our break for the holiday. We came back, and I think we started in late January, so we probably had like 2.5, maybe 3 months in the studio, and then COVID hit. And at first, you know, how could we have wrapped our heads around this? We didn't think it was going to really upend the show the way that it did. So this is how Wayno was feeling back in March.
Wayno got to go back to health class, man. Nigga really thought because he went to fucking health class, He immune to this shit. Y'all niggas is tweaking.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska, Akademiks, and Wayno here. And I have to mention that yesterday, it was just 24 hours ago, Wayno completely unbothered by the coronavirus. Since then, the World Health Organization has declared it a pandemic. Over 125,000 confirmed cases and 4,000
put the Purell in the gloves. How you gonna
Akademiks, bro.
What's up?
You look like a
Wayno.
Cool out.
You're just wasting hand sanitizer.
Yeah, you're wasting.
Right
you
now.
just put hand sanitizer in the gloves. What's wrong with you?
I just gotta say, listen, the NBA's canceled. They canceled E3. I was supposed to go there. They canceled Coachella. Shit, we might be doing this shit from home. We should probably start taking precautions. You're looking too fly and fresh out here like you don't care about niggas coughing.
Wayno, you weren't bothered until they suspended the NBA season. He didn't even care. He said the kids could go to school. Wayno had no problem.
Wait.
And they suspended the NBA season.
Yo, I did not say that. Yo.
Shit.
That's funny. Well, it's funny, and it's like, just looking back, it's like, wow, because, yeah, when it first happened, I mean, I didn't think that it was going to hit this hard. You know, we went through, what was that in 2009? Was it the swine flu?
I think so.
I mean, or Ebola. Then they were saying Ebola. It never really got that serious in the States, like, you know what I mean? And the way it's going this year, none of us was prepared for this.
Yep.
None of us was prepared.
There's no way we could have known.
I'm gonna be honest. We did a test, like, broadcast thing in the studio here with all of us in different rooms and trying to think how we would broadcast with respect in space and also possibly remotely. And we all kind of looked at each other like, yeah, this shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
We're gonna be right back here doing the show. And I remember when they were like, don't come in, we're like, okay, all right, cool. This is for like a week. We back in a week.
Right.
And the whole time, I remember, this is March, right? Mm-hmm. We're like, April 1st, we're back.
Right.
And then April, we're like, oh, May, we're 100% back.
Right.
And then after that, it just kind of got a little spooky. We're like, yo, we went into this uncertain period. And I think the whole world was just, experiencing this with us. And, we pretty much had to take long-term measures to kind of film from home. And I'm sure we're not the only, entity that got disrupted by, COVID-19. But man, did we believe that this was going to go away in a week like everything else?
Yeah, man. So the idea of filming at home after everything that we've been through in the history of Everyday Struggle, for some reason, I was terrified. I know you're a YouTube personality. You're used to filming at home. Wayno is on Instagram Live. If you guys don't notice, I'm pretty low. I'm a pretty introverted person. All of this stuff scares me. But when we're in the studio, it feels like we're in a setting where the camera comes on and I'm working. But shooting from home was really scary to me. But we had to do it. And we did that for 8 months, which is so nuts. Wow. So we filmed our first remote episode on March 30th. Take a look.
Just a hair, and then your will be good.
Right here, AJ? Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Right on in a second.
Can't hear you yet, Akademiks.
Oh my God.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I am Nadeska here with a couple of my favorite humans, Wayno and Akademiks. Wayno, it's your second day back. Are you sick of us already?
Nah, I'm not sick. Well, I'm not sick of you, but I'm sick of this Ice Cube audition outfit for NWA. Akademiks got on. He looks ridiculous. When are you gonna take them shades off, man?
Ja Rule created what they call the mumble rap shit. No matter how nobody want to put it. Oh yeah,
Ja Rule created mumble rap? How?
Well, it morphed from Ja Rule shit. The singing hip hop.
But nah.
He created singing hip hop. Who was doing singing hip hop before Ja Rule?
But that's not mumble rap though.
Make R&B a bigger pot. We have to start to collaborate. I'm trying to, figure out this, pull SZA and Summer, in the same room and figure out how to do it. Like Party, Bryson, Black in the same room, figure out how to do it. Like that's what I feel like, that's what the rappers did.
You don't measure success about what you have. You measure success about what you can give.
King Von right now, to me, is the best storyteller in hip hop right now.
At first I wasn't trying. It just came like a crazy story. It just came like, I need to say something. What I'm gonna say, shit. I'm gonna think of somebody getting robbed or some shit. You see what I'm saying?
You say you rap better than 96% of the newer rappers.
What they confused about?
They confused about it because they still don't believe it.
Wow.
Man, what time we did it. We did it. 8 months of filming remotely. I can't believe it. I'm glad we get to be with each other for the finale.
Hey, I want to say to, everybody who watches content, and, by the way, 3.5 years, which actually is really 3 years and about like 7-8 months, but I'm gonna let it rock. it's a really long time, but also we weren't a show that only did it once a week. We did it at least 4 times a week. And I think when you look back, and I'll do the numbers in a little bit because, I've been counting, it's a lot of episodes and, just watching through the pandemic and even some of these, this montage, it's skipping past a lot of time, and it's been a lot of moments. I do want to go back a little bit because, I feel like this episode should give a little insight into, the reality and even before COVID with Everyday Struggle. I'm going to tell y'all. So this is how it happens in the morning. By that, at least what we hear, Nadeska's in the makeup room. God knows, she's with a makeup artist, and God knows, you don't even want to go in there, all right? Listen, it's a long situation.
Lies.
Okay?
You guys have come in there and sat there while I've done makeup.
Yeah, but still, it's a long situation, okay?
All right, buddy.
By the time I get here, Wayno, he's, of course, he's saying the Rockefeller prayer, which is, he's repeating the lines to the PSA, okay?
There you go, man.
I come in, we say, what up? I start making my little tea. Wayno, makes his tea as well, Sometimes I take an extended blink. Everybody knows about it. It's a little extended blink.
Oh, you talking about when you get on that little moped and ride around in the office? Man, that snoring you do?
I don't know what you're talking about. I wish I did. And I know we're going to get to it in our thank you, but and just seeing, I'm just used to that. That's my little norm right there where, we got our, the entire staff here just kind of walking back and forth, everybody doing what they got to do to get ready for the show. But I remember those things before the show and after the show, we're just usually just kicking it, man.
Yeah.
Whether it's just, kind of talking about other moves. And this is why I'm so proud of these two people right here because a lot of times after the show, while y'all might have thought me and Wayno hated each other, or y'all might be like, I don't think Nadeska fuck with him. We're always talking about other things outside of the show to better each other. Right. Whether it could be, me and Nadeska, I feel like we stock buddies.
Yeah, y'all got me into it.
Yeah, exactly. Or shit, with me and Wayno, I'll be like, Wayno, these are other things that I think you should be doing in media, whatever. Right. I hope, just being here, that's encouraged Wayno to keep going with content and keep going with media because I know he does his thing in terms of music, being an A&R, but that's what you guys don't see. Like before the camera start rolling and after the camera start rolling, it's a lot of fun. Compared to the first year, it's way less tense moments. I'm not looking at Wayno like, man, I should swing on the nigga. Like, it's not one of those. It's kind of like, we're enjoying ourselves, but also we're plotting.
Yep.
And again, I don't want any of the audience to think that we're just assed out now. Hey, we all had to grow and evolve and graduate. And I look at this is like graduation.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like, coming in here, I didn't know what it was going to be. It happened at a really good time in my life because I was trying to figure out what my next thing was going to be. And it ended up being Everyday Struggle for the next 2 years. So, through that, I've been able to, branch out and do different interviews or do different content or speak at certain places, and that's just giving me a whole new hustle, and I feel like I got a whole new life just jumping into this because while I might have been in music for so long, I've only been in media for 2 years, and seeing all the stuff that everybody's done, what you've done, what Nadeska has done, shit, even what Joe's done once he left the show, seeing what Charlamagne done, like so many different people that are my peers and my friends, it just makes my future a little bit more brighter because I'm looking like, damn, I could really take this and do something with it. So even when I found out, that we weren't gonna be renewing for another season, I mean, at first I was like, damn, but I felt like graduation, I felt like I completed myself here as far as what I wanted to learn in media. And shit, it's only up. Like that's how I'm thinking. It's only up.
I mean, this might sound a little bit crazy. I'm not super religious, but I'm a big believer in sort of the universe and energy and things lining up and timing and stuff like that. So I felt like it's a bittersweet moment. I'm gonna miss seeing all of you guys. I'm gonna miss seeing our team every day, but I feel like we all grew so much beyond all of our expectations. Like early in my career, I always wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a writer. I thought I was gonna be the editor of a magazine. I never had any aspirations to be on camera. So for me, this has been the scariest and most challenging journey of my career to be someone who wakes up and does this every day. So I'm grateful for you guys, for our whole team, for making this possible, for putting in the work and these crazy hours. And now it's time for, you know, as they say, onwards and upwards, right? We're going to go on to have some great moments. Right. And I look forward to doing content with you guys in the future, to being friends. Ak is finally going to invite us to the mansion and cook some fucking oxtails.
I'm pulling up. Yes, I am pulling up. Look at his face now. Oh, earlier it was like, oh, y'all pull up. Come on. Now you...
What mansion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Hey, forget all that nonsense I told Mom. Fake news. Let me give y'all some numbers real quick before. Okay. Because, you know, really to wrap up my numbers segment overall, the last time I'll do the numbers, I got to give some numbers for the show, which I think some of this stuff is even stunning towards me, but maybe it might be for the audience as well. Listen, we had in the 3.5 years, or 3 years and 7 months, we ended up having 84 guests on the show. You know, some of the notable ones: Migos, Birdman, 2 Chainz, Nick Cannon, SZA, 21 Savage, and much more. We did 42 fast breaks. Roddy Ricch, we got to early. Jack Harlow, Blueface, King Von, Doja Cat, Pop Smoke, and a lot more. We did over 80 album reviews. I don't think album reviews are really popular among all the other outlets that do cover the culture. I think they're just kind of seen as like, you know, yeah, it happens, but they usually focus on more of the lifestyle stuff. We're one of the only outlets that we would go and try to talk about the album in depth. And, you know, that's one of the things I was definitely proud about that we did. But we did over 80 album reviews: Eternal Take, KOD, Daytona, Igor, So Much Fun, a lot of other albums. We recorded, since the pandemic, 123 episodes from home.
Damn.
Wow.
And again, even though that's just since, what was it, March or April?
March 30th.
Yeah, since March 30th, 123 episodes from home. We generated, just numbers, people, y'all might enjoy this, 250 million views on YouTube. That's 253.6 million. We averaged around 260,000, if you average everything out, views, 260,000 views per episode on YouTube. And we averaged more than 3.8 billion minutes watched on YouTube as well. We averaged 6.5 thousand engagements per episode. Our top 3 most viewed episodes, as y'all might be able to imagine, Migos number 1, 9.4 million. Lil Yachty, 4.4. Big Soulja, 4.3. Okay? Listen, I think this has been a tremendous ride.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm so excited to go forward, but I'm so happy of what we've done. And I'm one of those people, like, yo, nobody could make me feel like any way about like what I've accomplished here, what I've learned here, the people I've met, the people who I stood by. Right. And that goes along for you too, but also for everybody who's in the back. I love them so much, you know, for everybody who I met, who might not even work here anymore, but I met along the way. Right. I came in here just like you, just like a baby. You know, I think, yo, you know, so many great people here, they put their arms around me, just kind of like, all right, man, let's get your ass together. Right. And, you know, it made me like a personality, and it helped my career so much. So, you know, it's immeasurable. I'm trying to use a word I don't know how to say. I can't even measure how much like thanks I want to give to those people. So, you know, that's what this episode's for, and also the fans. And I'll give it back to you.
That's it.
Before we...
Shanice, thank you for checking on Akademiks every morning, because he never owned an alarm clock and his phones were always dead for me.
Who shouts everybody behind the scenes by name?
Yeah, everyone. Jordan for killing it with the social clips all the time. Christina and Roger for handling all the editorial, making sure the episodes were done, our topics were set. Greg for all your editing work. Bianca for all the work she's done in the control room. AJ on lighting. Craig, our stage manager, telling me to chug the coffee and get it out of the screen, and liking us and taking care of everyone. Andre on sound, making sure we don't sound crazy every day. Am I missing anyone?
Oh, Chancel.
Andrew for all of the work with like all the decorating. He helped us design the award. Chancel for all of the work she's done in PM, taking care of us. Arnisha, our new editor. So many people. Ben Nelson for all your help with all the technical difficulties, even screwing things from home. Dan. I think I got everyone.
Yeah, I think we got everyone.
Wow, guys.
And also for you know, we'd be here naming people, but even also the people who...
Cornell Brown.
Yeah, my man Cornell.
Thank you so
For the people who might not be here, but were really instrumental in the journey, please, even if your name wasn't mentioned, don't think this is a slight. I appreciate you. I know everyone here appreciates you. And to be honest, we've all had those moments, especially with the show, where it took some determination from either one member or another just to keep this shit going. So, you know, appreciate all you guys, like hard work. Like, I can't say thank you enough, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, you know, our team are the ones that really lifted us up, you know, so it's like I said, man, it's great to have learned from you guys. It's great to have worked with you guys. I got relationships with y'all forever. You know what I mean? We're tied to something that's going to be remembered forever. So I'm happy.
Man, again, to all our viewers who've been there from day one, from the first season, the second season, although we never technically even had real seasons.
Right.
If you loved us, if you hated, you trolled us in the comments, whatever you did, we appreciate the energy that you gave to us. All of that made the show what it is. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm not going to see you guys tomorrow on Complex. This is the final episode of Everyday Struggle. We love you guys. Akademiks, Wayno, I love you guys.
Love you too.
All right, man, I'm just kidding. This is Everyday Struggle. There's nowhere we're going to end on such a sad, sappy note. We got to celebrate, man. This is also a celebration with my brothers.
You got confetti?
Right.
It's like a Super Bowl.
I look around like he's never seen confetti in his life before.
Right.
Yo, that's...
Man, the goddamn fan stopped. That's why I
Yo, y'all ain't anticipate that shit going into the fan, right?